Okay, Damian, I need you to take the lead on this one today.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing anymore.
Well, as we started...
Oh, I know what to talk about.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I don't like cutting people off. It's like my biggest pet peeve. So I'm sorry that I just did that. But it just hit me. You had your first, I guess we can call it a listing appointment this week.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. How'd that go? How'd it feel?
It was an unusual one, obviously, since you were there to witness it. It's not often that you come across sellers that are very gung-ho to sell, are very honest.
Yeah, that was my biggest takeaway. It was the strangest thing.
Yeah.
Like, she actually cared about the best interest of, like, the people buying the house and not just about greedily making the most money. I don't know what the fuck to do. I was like a deer in the headlights. I don't know how the fuck to do that.
Well, it didn't help that I getting over the flu, and on Monday I was prime flu condition, so I had no voice pretty much. Forgot to introduce Gino to the seller, so Gino's kind of standing there with his hands in his pocket. She really doesn't know who the fuck Gino is. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of awkward until I finally woke up and realized that I'm like, FYI, this is Gino. We're going to do some of the images in the 3D tours.
That lady was just like on her shit. She didn't need me to introduce myself. She didn't need you there. She didn't need anybody there. She already knew what the fuck she was doing.
Yeah.
She didn't. I just let her go. So used to like trying to navigate the whole situation and like maintain like everybody in the room, in a particular way. So you basically maintain control. But that lady, she knew her stuff, and sometimes that happens, and you just got to sit back, and better to listen than to talk, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. And sometimes you learn a lot more what the seller's expectations are and kind of what their level of experience is. And like you said, sometimes it's better to shut up and listen than start blurting out and talking about the presentation, talking about the paperwork. Because as you know, first thing she said, she said hi, bye, or hi, hello, and then I'm not going to be able to go over the paperwork. I don't care what your presentation really looks like or what you have in mind. These are the facts. And she kind of went right into it, gave us the whole spiel of the house. And
I wish they were all like that.
Threw us for a wrench.
I wish they were all layups like that.
Well, we'll see what it turns out to be, but I think it brings us to like one of our original questions and that we were going to bring into this recording. And it's like, why shouldn't you hire me arbitrary as an agent, you as a client, seller, buyer, for whatever it is. And I think one of the biggest things that stuck out to me, especially from that listing or from just going out there and seeing the plays, like you said, is the honesty. There's a lot of things that people don't want to hear and don't expect some people to say, and even some of our agents don't or wouldn't expect an agent to say. But I think honesty at times is the best policy, and being straightforward with the sellers and letting them know, just like with that condo, fuck, you guys have water issues. The best thing it might not be to list. This might take a little while to resolve all these issues and go get it back on the market.
Mm-hmm. Bottom line for me is that I think most people do, have a very particular style, which is normal. We're human beings. We're not all the same. But people are very afraid to showcase that, I guess, because they don't want to offend anybody, and they, of course, want to they probably justify it by saying they want to maximize their business, and they want to find a way to make it work with everybody. I maintain something different, which is that, like, I'd rather not work with you if I know it's going to be a bad fit.
Right.
But it's hard to do that. It's hard to think that way because you think you're leaving money on the table. to each his own. But, one of the things I always try to do with people when I meet them for the first time or clients is just absolutely be myself. And I know it could actually wind up costing me the deal. Right. But I know that it's worth it to do that, because I know in the long run, I'm going to be much happier, and they're going to be much happier if we wind up working together, because we're going to get along. We're going to gel together better, basic stuff like that. So I think it's okay to walk away from deals when it's going to be a shit show.
To say the least.
There's many things that could happen, but yeah, like I just don't give a fuck. I don't. Like, at the beginning I did, and I would just try to stay down the middle about everything, make everyone like me, try to adjust to everybody, but I always sounded like an idiot because I'm trying to recite a script or something instead of just being myself and being natural. Funny. Yeah. And it showed, because I wasn't securing listings, and I could always tell when I look back that what the fuck was I talking about? What was it? Why was I saying that? That I don't believe that. That doesn't make sense. But I knew it's what they wanted to hear, so I was trying to mold myself into their framework, I guess you could say. And it just doesn't work for me.
And I don't think it works I don't think it will work for a lot of people. I think sometimes when we force ourselves to believe we're one way or the other, a lot of people will read through that, especially like you said, the people that have been around, that have done real estate deals before, they can spot a bullshitter from a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're trying to be the yes man and always just basically tell them what they want to hear, I think that bullshit's going to prevail, and they're going to spy you on it, call you out on it, maybe not to your face, but they're going to just say, we found someone better. Because in reality, some people, which brings me to my next thing, is some people need a reality check. And as harsh as it might sound at times, you will have to have a tough conversation with the seller buyer at some point. And whether you do it up front and you're honest with them that, hey, listen, shit's not all butterfly and roses, mm-hmm. and that you establish that kind of ground right from the jump. I think that once something legitimate does hit the fan and shit, fuck, we found out you have a cracked foundation, and having to, possibly take the listing off the market and redo and dump in another $10,000 to fix the foundation, it's a shitty conversation to have with the seller, because they know that they're just dishing out $10K. So as long as you have that understanding up front, I think that's what's going to set the rest of the course, of that whole transaction, of that whole journey that you're about to take on.
I agree. But it's, it's so difficult to say because everyone's so different, but it's hard to tell people the truth when it's when the truth is negative.
Yeah.
Because you feel they're just going to say no. We're just going to use somebody else who will be a yes man. So then you become a yes man because you're motivated by the money.
Yeah.
And only by the money, which I think is a scary and vulnerable place to be, but that's another conversation. But to kind of piggyback off of that, something came up the other day in the same theme, which is that the client is always right.
Bullshit.
Yeah. I don't think so at all. I think the client they have a role in the transaction just like we do. They have a responsibility just like we do.
Right.
They have to pull their weight just like we do. They don't get to just do or say whatever they want, and we just have to oblige. I don't think it works that way. Bottom line, because I don't believe it's in their best interest to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because normally they're wrong. Number
right.
one, let's start there. And they're wrong because they just don't know what they're talking about or what they're doing. And why should they? It's not what they do. They don't sell real estate, right? So they don't know all the nuances and all the random things that come up along the way. And they don't know how to recognize them or navigate them. But yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that. the client is not always right. In fact, they're mostly always wrong.
Well, I think that's our biggest job as agents, right? Because that's the whole fucking point. We're agents. You're a house owner. You've gotten to this point by doing XYZ, not by selling houses. Otherwise, why the fuck am I here for? And like you said, it's like, if we just keep telling these people yes, 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 it's at the end of the day, you're like you said, you're doing everyone a disservice, and then you're going to look like the laughing stock because you're telling something unrealistic, and you have created these unrealistic expectations for a buyer or a seller. And then, you're probably not even going to end up going through with the transaction. So then they're going to find someone else that's going to have to open up their eyes. And I'm not saying to be disrespectful and, punish them in a way to like, you dumb motherfucker, this is how it should be done, this and that. No. I mean, there's obviously a professional way to do things, but there's the right way of educating,
all you can do is, yes. And all you can do is give them information.
Right.
Your role is not to make decisions. I wish it was. It would go a lot smoother.
It would be a lot easier and quicker.
Yeah. Their role is to make the decisions with the information that they have. Now, what you just said that made me laugh is, because there's been so many times where I've literally looked the client in the face. I said, why do you want me helping you here? Like, why am I here? You want my opinion, but then you literally just do what you want anyway. Why am I here?
And what did they say?
They never know what to say. What can you say? I'm telling them information that's true, right, based on facts and math, right? And then they basically look at me and tell me I'm wrong.
Right, because 2 + 2 is 4.
Exactly. And then, okay, I mean, you're fine. You can do whatever you want. It's your house. You have all right in the world to do it however you want to do it. But why are you hiring somebody?
Right.
Of course they don't know how to answer because it's indisputable. I'm not giving them my opinion. I'm anything that might be considered an opinion is still justified by math. So it's just, I don't know, it probably springboards into a whole nother conversation about, the human condition and why human beings just need to be fucking exterminated. We can go extreme with this if you want.
No, but then if there's no one left, then who we're gonna sell houses to?
Man, I don't know.
We're gonna be a bunch of Wally Worlds.
Mm.
Property just banded and a few robots left.
Man, I can't wait till we have the robots. Put us all out of our fucking misery. No more.
But I think it will eliminate a lot of finance people, maybe even a lot of real estate agents. Definitely brokers will probably go extinct or...
Good.
A lot of these nuances that right now are kind of redundant and are making these layers, just like in the corporate world of management, there's these layers that have been created of, you do this and then you report to you and then you make sure that what he did is right and then you report to the next guy. And essentially what an agent is, it's a big babysitter of different functions.
Oh yeah.
So you have to have kind of a lot of patience, which a lot of times I don't, and I'm still kind of wondering why the hell I got into real estate at times.
I know why. Same reason everyone does. Because you're sold on this idea that you're gonna have infinite deals right, instantly, and you're gonna fucking be driving a Lambo
in 2 weeks.
Driving it right up onto the back of your yacht, and you're gonna wear fucking crispy ass suits every day, and you're gonna be a fucking superstar. That's what everyone thinks.
Yeah. So
they get into it and then they get fucking donkey kicked in the mouth real quick by reality and they quit. But you didn't quit yet.
Not yet.
Glad. I'm glad. To be honest with you, like I wouldn't wish this job like on my worst enemy. Okay? I wouldn't. Now, let's be clear. Like the potential and the upside is limitless. That's true.
Absolutely.
But how few people, I should say, are cut out for it,
or that understand the work ethic that it entails.
And the numbers will prove all of that too, because the failure rate in this game is extremely high. Well, see, failure is a subjective thing to say. Right. It's not fair, but I think of it as a failure because when most people are getting into it, they think it's going to be one way, which is they're going to have a career, their life. Yeah, exactly. And then they don't. Even if they do some deals, whatever, it's not what they thought they were going to do.
Right.
So I call that a failure. And they have to go get, a second job or whatever. Yeah. It's not wrong if that's what you want and that makes you happy, great. But it's a failure if, you're not reaching the goals that you had set for yourself at the beginning. And it's kind of an interesting time for me to be talking about this stuff because I'm kind of in like a valley in my career. That's the truth.
Is the valley.
Man, I don't know. I can't even see fucking sunlight anymore. I'm definitely bending right now. Like my mind is, it's being pushed. Like all the negativity of this whole game, and there's a lot of it sometimes, and it's piling up on me right now. So like, I definitely want to have this conversation. I think it's a neat time in history for me, for my career, and because I know I'm kind of shitting on real estate pretty hard right now, but
I mean,
somewhere in there, I still love her.
It's a love-hate relationship, right? And I think that's, like you said, it's laying out the expectations to every newcomer or everyone that hides behind an image of this glorified realtor that is uber successful within months.
It's a character.
Yeah.
It's like...
It's not true.
It's not. It's it's a character everybody wants to play.
Right, but doesn't want to do the work that it entails in the brutal mental and and verbal punishment that you have to go through at times.
I'm trying to see it as a positive because I'm just constantly like, I don't know if it's coincidence. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but I just like getting all the bad ones, like, you know what I mean? Like all in a row and just keep getting punched in the throat over and over and over again. And I'm like, it can't really be like this. You know what I mean? It just can't.
Is there a silver lining to this, right?
Yeah. And so I'm just like, I'm trying to see it as a positive that I'm getting a lot of bad ones out of the way so that I know how to handle the bad ones if they come up again in the future.
Right.
And so I'm kind of glad that I didn't get a bunch of layups early in my career.
Like I'm getting right now.
You're getting one. You're getting a pretty good one. I'm trying to keep you in check, but
I know.
What was I saying? Yeah, I'm trying to see it as a good thing. And what it's really done for me overall is it's helping me realize that I can't personally, I'm not saying this is the answer. I don't know what the fuck the answer is, but for me, it doesn't fit my psyche.
Okay.
If I am always trying to stay down the middle, like I was saying earlier. So what it's done for me is it's made me settle on just be your fucking self. And if someone likes it, great. Like it's going to be an awesome experience. It's going to go well. And if they don't like it, it's okay. It's okay to walk away from deals. So like if I meet 10 people, 2 of them might fucking love me. And it might wind up being like this great experience for everybody. And 8 of them might hate me. That's counterintuitive to like building your business, right? Because you want everyone to pay you. So you want to kind of make all 10 people like you just enough.
But that's why there's so many successful real estate agents out there though, right? I mean, if everyone only like Gino and the fucking 50,000 other agents that are out in the world or in the States wouldn't exist. So like everyone, whatever your nuggets click with me, don't click with Ruben, for example, right?
I'm in control of my business. That's another big thing, another big theme that's come up that I've realized. I'm in control. I don't have to take every, crummy deal that gets put in front of me. I don't have to.
That's the best part.
Even if I get a paycheck, like it's a negative experience the whole time. And how is that helpful? There's more to this stuff than just
just how you are right now. You're a grumpy old man.
Exactly. I get grumpy. But that's again one of the silver linings for me so far is that I've realized that it's okay for me to take control of my business.
Say no.
And not just, yeah, exactly. That's the punchline of this whole thing today is it's okay to say no. And you may think, oh no, like I'm going to leave money on the table. Maybe you're in a position where like you need the money because you have to pay your bills. But in the long run, I think you're going to make more money because you're going to build a more successful business.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously that is very unique to every individual. What's a successful business mean to you or me or whatever? But for me, I am much happier, which is always top of the funnel is happiness. I'm always much happier if I maintain control of my business, which sometimes means firing a client.
Right. And it's okay.
Yeah. And I'm not saying be disrespectful or like offend anybody on purpose, but I'm just saying it's okay to be yourself. It's okay if people don't like you, they don't like your style. It's okay. But that's me.
I mean, and I think that's the philosophy that we all have to cope with, or kind of at least just become aware that it's the reality. Because there isn't every single buyer, seller, or every single client does not fit every single agent. That's just what it is.
Right.
You know?
Right. A lot of agents, I think, are trying to, like I said earlier, play this character, put on this like suit,
the cape, the hero cape.
Yeah, they're trying to play a different character on TV than they do in real life, and that character just means you want everyone to like you, you want to stay down the middle, you don't want to have an opinion, stuff like that. So they think that it's going to increase the chances of them, getting a client or getting a listing or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not. I would say it's not, because clients are human beings and they want to work with people that they like.
And I think at the end of the day, right, even the agent so prior to me getting into real estate, I bought a house, so I work with an agent from another brokerage. And the reason why I went with him is because I could talk to him like this. It was very relaxed. It was very friendly conversation, right? So we were able, when we pulled up, we talked about XYZ and some sports, and then we went and talked about the properties, right? I wouldn't want to go talk with someone that I don't feel comfortable discussing some of the things, how I feel about the transactions, because at the end of the day, we're talking about people that are making one of their biggest decisions or purchases in their life. Let's be honest, especially like first time home buyer, like I was,
Mm-hmm.
You end up spending $250,000, $300,000. That you don't fucking have, right? Because it's a loan, so it's not even your house technically. So it's like you want to make sure that you trust that person and that they're going to do everything that's in your best interest. And if you feel, whether you're the seller or the buyer, that agent isn't fulfilling that duty, why are you even wasting your time working with them? Because you beat them up and you got a better commission?
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? At the end of the day, it's either you're going to pay him the commission or you're going to end up paying taxes anyways.
Mm-hmm.
on the capital gains.
Yeah.
So it all evens out, and whether this is the problem too with society, because we're so fucking greedy about everything.
Mm-hmm.
We want everything for us, and what can you do for me, and how is this going to benefit me? Instead, it's if we could just find a middle ground, like the seller that I'm dealing with now. She wants to make sure that because of the problem that they found in her townhome, she wants to make sure the whole complex gets the same valuation and looked at from the same standpoint to make sure that other townhomes aren't.
I want to
have the same
interview
issues.
this lady.
Interview her?
I want to interview her. I want to bring her in here. I want to do a show with her. I think she'd fucking bring the fire. I think she'd be tailored and fucking made for this.
Yeah, she probably would love it. I mean, we might have to go to her house, but
that's okay. See this little guy?
Yeah, that's all we need.
Fits in my pocket. It's okay.
Some big pockets.
Yeah. Well, not me. Fuck that. Because I'm always telling people to fuck off. Like, tell people don't hire me. Which is the truth. Like, they shouldn't hire me because I know, like, I can tell when they're going to have a bad experience. Like, I make a judgment call there and I tell them, you shouldn't hire me. Like, don't hire me. You're not going to... I'm going to do best possible job anyone could ever do for you. And you're going to wind up getting exactly what you want at the end. But you're not going to like it. You're not going to like how we get there. You're going to get where you want to go, but you're not going to like the ride.
And so what are one of those things that they won't like?
Are you listening to me talk right now?
Oh yeah,
Like,
I mean,
it's just like,
it's not like
I just tell the truth, and I have no regard for people's feelings. Like, I don't care about.
Well, you have to put the emotions aside. You can't.
Right, I have none.
Well, that's a good thing in real estate, because if you're buying with emotions, then you end up getting hurt.
Right, but I'm dealing with people who are built on emotion, and the clients are always operating from a place of emotion, not a place of objectivity. Is that a word? Like, yeah. So they're always thinking about the emotional side of the transaction.
Right.
I guess I could see how it's emotional for them buying or selling their family house.
Right.
But my job is not there. My job is not to be there and hold your hand and like tell you it's going to be okay. Although that sometimes has to happen. But my job is to tell you the truth.
Yes.
My job is to extract the most possible value from your house.
Yeah.
Or get you the best possible deal on your new house. So I leave the emotion at the door. And you might be able to imagine that some people don't really like that. They just want their heads petted. They want their hands held. They want to be told it's going to be okay.
Right.
And it is going to be okay if you just fucking listen to what I'm saying. Like, I'm going to get you there. And it's going to probably be pretty seamless and go smooth. Okay? But you just got to listen. You have to accept that you called me in because you thought I was an expert of some kind, right? You wanted my opinion about something. So you just have to trust that I am that expert you think I am. But I guess bottom line, my biggest problem is I don't pander to people's emotions. Some people I guarantee would argue that that's an important element. But I just don't do it. I can't do it. It's not me. So,
which is fine.
Right. And that's kind of the transition I'm making personally right now, is I'm trying to operate my business accepting that that's fine.
Right.
I mean, will it work out or not? I don't know yet, but that's where I am now.
Well, phase 1, new Gino, 2020.
Well, not really a new Gino, just I'm fucking throwing that character we were talking about off the cliff.
Yeah.
Cuz that was the new Gino. Like, that was the fake version. And I'm just not going to walk into appointments. I haven't been walking into appointments. I'm not going to walk into appointments, with that mask on anymore.
You shouldn't, because again, I think the best thing about real estate is we get to meet a lot of people.
Ugh,
we get
barf.
To see. I enjoy meeting people that are reasonable.
Yeah, that's cool, but it's never happened to me before.
But at the same time, I think with each appointment we get to learn a lot about ourselves, which it sounds like you also have done, because you've found the true Gino that you believe in is going to be the best version of you for whatever business, whether it's this or something else that you do. And I think each person that we sit with almost unlocks a little value within us, and we start to kind of understand ourselves better and be like, you know what? I just hope I'm never like this idiot, or I hope I never do some stupid shit like this. And those are each experiences. I think as long as we're conscious about, we grow as individuals as well as brokers, as humans. I think that's the best thing. If we can just be a better version of ourselves that we were before we stepped into that appointment, the end result to me is really, it's worthless. I mean, it doesn't really matter if I get to the closing or not. Obviously you want to, because you want to make money, but that's also if it makes sense. But at the end of the day, I think the price, the diamond in the rough there is that you have learned something about yourself.
You can extract some kind of value from every interaction. You can. Yeah. Mostly you're trying to extract a commission check. Okay. But I hold steady that you will extract more checks if you stop trying to extract the fucking checks.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's so many variables and everyone's so different. And every time two people come together, an agent and a client, it's always going to be different.
Right.
Okay. So it's so hard to say what works for everybody. But I say the skill is that you have to be okay with the fact that not everyone is going to like you.
Absolutely.
Bottom line. And that will cost you deals from time to time. But you're going to be happier.
I mean, has being Gino cost you friends?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. There's a lot of times that you're going to have to eliminate a lot of people from your life because they just don't fit into Gino's scheme of life.
Yeah, people don't like me, man.
It's okay.
Right. I've learned that in adulthood. But, you don't understand that stuff when you're younger.
Of course not, because you want everyone to like you, because you want most likes, and now with social media, you want fucking everyone to, pretend like they care what you post, but in reality, they don't really give a shit. They just click it because they know you or something like that. But
yeah,
the rest of it's irrelevant. You have those people who don't even give a shit what you do.
Oh no, they don't. Right. So I'm trying to apply this all to my business, and it's working so far. I'm definitely happier.
Good.
Like walking around just with my middle finger in the air, like kind of like a nothing to lose attitude.
Yeah, because we don't though.
Well, right.
And I think as long as going back to it again, not talking about being disrespectful and being an asshole to everyone that you meet, but I think being real and kind of showing the people that you meet with, like, this is who I am, this is the values I'm providing to you and to this transaction. And it's either you agree with that or you don't agree with it. Mm-hmm. And if you don't, it's cool. It was a pleasure meeting you. Best of luck to you.
Probably wasn't though, but
but you can never. And if you worry about those little things, like, oh, I hope they like me. Oh, I hope I did a good enough job for them. Well, then you're second guessing who you are and the knowledge that you possess. Mm-hmm. And so once you start doing that, you're not really believing in yourself. So why the fuck are they going to believe in you?
That's a good point. Exactly. Like, if you don't, they're going to know. They'll be able to tell.
You can sniff bullshit out.
Right. And so it's not really my style. It's okay. I do genuinely care that they get good service. I believe in good customer service.
Right.
I do genuinely care that that things are done the right way and that they get the most money, because that's their top of the funnel goal.
Right.
I do genuinely care that that things happen the right way for them and for myself. Okay, but my style is not to be more sentimental and basically be their therapist. Like, everything's going to be okay. You know what I mean? Like, I don't come in soft with people. And that's what I meant. That's what I meant earlier by people. Most people are not going to like me for that reason, but some people will appreciate it. Yeah. And I'm telling them the truth at all times, even if I think it's going to hurt their feelings, but it's in their best interest, I believe. I don't just say things to create confrontation or,
right.
But I don't hesitate to say something, even if I think you're not going to like it, if I think it's for the greater good of what's going on here. So, there will be people who meet me and think I'm cold. Could just say that, and they're gonna say, maybe he's competent, he'll do a good job, but I don't want to talk to this guy every day. You know what I mean? I get that. Yeah. But other people will be like, I don't give a fuck about him being a nice guy. He's gonna do a good goddamn job, and that's what I want.
Right.
And so I think there's plenty of people who will appreciate that out of me.
Yeah.
And nobody in the company is gonna like me saying shit like that, because they're thinking I'm putting bad taste in people's mouths about the company, which is not true.
Right.
I know I'm being a little aggressive right now, but I'm not there causing problems when I meet with people. But I'm just
right.
I gotta be myself. I have to. Otherwise, I gotta just quit this job, go do something else. But so far it's working well. But I've had to go through a lot of BS at the beginning of my career, but I think it's for the better, and I think it's working out for me now. So I hope someone could take some value from that. Just be yourself. How hard is that to understand? Some people will like you. Some people will not like you. In fact, some people might hate you. Big goddamn deal.
Yeah.
Do you really care at the end of the day?
No,
I don't.
No, I mean, it's one of those things where I was watching the movie Trainwreck, and John Cena's in it, you know, and he talks about,
man.
you know, everyone wants to fight the biggest guy at the party.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if he's done anything, he didn't even look at you.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to fight the biggest guy in the party. Why? Because he's the biggest guy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have the same mentality that even in life or in real estate, there's going to be people that hate you just because they just don't, they're just have nothing better to do. They're bored and they're just going to hate you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. You know, and then if you're going to care that, you know, oh, I didn't get this listing, you know, I should have done this different, should have done this different. Yeah, maybe there was things that you fucked up on and you should have done different. But if, as long as you stuck true to yourself, you presented the correct information, you know, you didn't lie, you didn't hide anything, it's okay if they didn't like you. There's fucking 50 other 1,000 agents out there that they probably won't like either. They're going to find, you know, another Uncle Timmy who's going to do their fucking sale because, I don't know, they feel comfortable with them. There
were so many times I went home after an appointment and I just like hated myself. I did the right thing. Like tactically I did everything correct. I gave the right information. It was all true and correct. I told them what they needed to hear. I told them what they wanted to hear, but I hated myself because I was not being my actual self in the appointment. I was putting on a mask, you know, I was putting on a facade. So even though I did my job the right way, I didn't feel good about myself. I felt like I was being fake, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, even though I'm successfully like managing my business and like I'm getting the deals, whatever, but I don't feel good about myself. I don't like this. I don't like doing this for that reason. So like, if that's the case, then for me, what the fuck's the point? I don't enjoy it. But now like I come home feeling like $1 million, man.
Broke, but still fucking feeling
even
great.
Even if I am broke, that's what I'm trying to say. Even if I didn't get the deal or whatever, at least I know I did it the right way according to me.
Right. And I think that builds momentum. You know, like you said, you got punched in the dick so many times. You taking it, all that stuff, learning from it, it's only gonna, you know, turn around and create positive momentum. And I believe in that. You know, there's only so much negativity that's gonna keep coming your way. It's gonna turn into something good. So
100%.
You know, but so if you had to, in a short,
gotta be able to hear you, man. Gotta be able to hear you.
In a short, sweet sentence. Again, why shouldn't people hire you?
You should definitely not hire me if you're sensitive. You should definitely not hire me if you don't like being told the truth. Like, I'll do everything that is necessary as a realtor, which is obviously the math. Okay, you got to value the property, you got to market the property, you got to sometimes be a therapist and many other things. I'll do all that stuff, and you'll get the best possible service you could ever get from anybody on planet Earth today. I believe that. But you may not like me so much on the front end. But in the end, you're going to realize like why I operate that way, and it just works better for me, and it gets you better results. That's just how I am. So, but most likely, yeah, like you shouldn't hire me. You'll have a great experience, but you probably not going to like me as a person, but you'll like me as a professional. So,
and we're not here to make friends. We're here to make deals.
Right. But everyone says it's all about relationships. It's all about building relationships. We'll build a relationship. That's fine. But like
professional relationship.
Yeah, and then after the real estate's part's over, we could be friends. Yeah. You might like me then.
Maybe.
But I guess that's the best way I could put it. During the transaction, I'm not there to be your friend.
Yeah.
I'm there to get the job done. I'm there to do the best possible service for you. And then afterwards, we could be friends. You probably will like me.
If you're satisfied, once you see the job that you do and you're satisfied with all the hard work that you've done going into it,
you'll love me at the end.
All of a sudden, you're going to be best friends at their fucking wedding.
Yeah. Dude, you'll love me at the end, but you'll hate me at the beginning.
Yeah.
I feel like I should put that on my business card. That's my slogan.
Yeah. You should.
Damn, that's good. See, something good came out of this.
Write it down. You're going to forget it.
Man, I already wrote this down.
Real estate's awesome.
Yeah.
I know George will appreciate it.
He will. Man.
Well, there you have it. You can find Gino on where?
At Gino Pronos. Everywhere you can think of. Everywhere.
Instagram, Facebook, his own website.
Everywhere.
Weichert.com.
Yep. Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Good thing I have kind of a goofy name, so I don't have to. I can just have one username everywhere.
Yeah, that's kind of lucky that no one really has taken all the other, on handles and everything. Oh, and Twitter. Don't forget Twitter.
Yeah, definitely don't forget Twitter.
That's your main
platform.
One?
It's the main one.
There you go. There you have it.
What about you? What's your name? Tabor? Are there a lot of Tabors? Damian Tabors?
There's a few. Actually, I was surprised. They, or